Payback first, peace later. Is Mojtaba Khamenei's war agenda making it clear that Iran wants retribution before even talking about a ceasefire? Iran's new supreme leader has rejected back-channel peace proposals and instead raised a war cry that openly hardens Tehran's line against the US and Israel. In a chilling threat, Iran's supreme leader said the US and Israel should be brought to their knees and forced to pay compensation. After Iran secretly spurned US-backed de-escalation pushes, is Donald Trump now turning to flattery and public praise of the regime? Iran's new supreme leader Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei has categorically rejected ceasefire and de-escalation proposals with the United States, according to reports citing senior Iranian officials. An Iranian official said these ceasefire messages were conveyed to Tehran through two intermediary countries, underscoring that the outreach did not occur via direct United States and Iran contact. In his first foreign policy session, Mojtaba Khamenei reportedly adopted a very tough stance against the United States and Israel, signaling a harder line than some in Tehran's establishment had expected. He declared that it was not the right time for peace until the United States and Israel are brought to their knees, making clear that Iran will not accept a ceasefire under current battlefield conditions. The Iranian supreme leader added that the United States and Israel need to accept defeat and pay compensation, setting explicit preconditions for any possible future de-escalation or talks. These remarks came even as American President Donald Trump has repeatedly claimed in public that Iran wants to negotiate badly to end the conflict.
I think that's the only thing they do well. They're negotiating, and we always talk. Somebody said, well, would you talk? Why would you even talk to them? I talk to everybody because sometimes good things come out of it. But I don't know if they're ready yet. They're taking a pounding. I don't know if they're ready yet. And we don't even know their leaders. Look, all of their leaders are dead, as far as we know. But they're all dead. We don't know who we're dealing with. We knocked out the first group. Then the second group met, 88 met to pick the leader because the first group was all dead. And the second group got knocked out. They're all dead. Then the third group met. I would think they're a little nervous about meeting. I don't know if they're nervous. Maybe they're not. Maybe they're crazy. If they're not nervous, then they're crazy. But we met with the next group, but we don't know who their leader is. We have people wanting to negotiate. We have no idea who they are. A lot of people are saying that he's badly disfigured. They're saying that he lost his leg, one leg, and he's been hurt very badly. Other people are saying he's dead. Nobody's saying he's 100% healthy. And he hasn't spoken because the Ayatollah would sit and he'd spew hate from a form of a throne. Not as nice as a throne. I like the English throne much better. But it was a fancy chair. But he'd spew hate from his chair. But you see him a lot, right? This one we haven't seen at all. So that could be for a lot of different reasons. We don't know, Peter, if he's dead or not.
And now that you've announced...
I will say this, nobody's seen him, which is unusual.
Amid reports of Iran rejecting peace proposals, Donald Trump also struck a conciliatory tone at times by praising aspects of the Iranian regime's resilience and strategy. The American president compared the ongoing warfare with Iran to a high-level chess game, suggesting both sides are engaged in calculated moves rather than seeking immediate total confrontation.
It's a big chess game at a very high level. It's a very high-level chess, the highest, and I'm dealing with very smart players. These are smart people. They don't get there. When you deal with some of these people, you're dealing with high-level intellect, very high IQ people. These are not Jasmine Crockett and her group. These are smart people. These are really smart people, and violent people, and vicious people, and some very nice people. And some are very nice but violent. They turn violent.
Meanwhile, Iran launched the 57th wave of Operation True Promise 4 on March 16th, targeting Israeli territory and United States bases across the region. In a chilling escalation, Iran's IRGC dedicated their latest barrage to a 3-day-old boy brutally killed in a U.S. and Israeli bombing raid. In this wave, Iran used Khaibar-Shikan, Ahmad and Qadr ballistic missiles, as specified in an official IRGC statement on the operation. In Doha, residents reported hearing loud booms as Iran fired missiles toward the Udeid base, prompting visible air defense activity around the facility. Qatari authorities advised citizens and residents to stay away from windows and glass facades until the threat had passed, reflecting concerns over blast damage from possible intercepts or debris. Subsequently, Qatar confirmed that at least one missile which had targeted the country was intercepted, indicating that its air defense and allied systems were actively engaged. In Israel, incoming Iranian missiles set off sirens in central regions and parts of the West Bank, forcing civilians to move to shelters as air defenses attempted interceptions. During this attack, the IRGC also published a direct message for Donald Trump in English, framing the strikes as a personal warning to the U.S. President and his administration.
A message to the President of the United States. The outcome of war cannot be determined by tweets. The result of a war is determined in the field, the very place where you and your forces do not dare to approach, and you can only talk about it in your tweets. It's better to name this war as epic fear instead of epic fury.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that we will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the U.S. will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't border because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HD videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.